What's going on? What's going on? Take my shoes off here. Get comfortable. Rocking my cover. Staying ready for anything. I know this is a kind of crazy situation. This new channel and everything else. How you doing, L. Porter? How you doing? Hey, Andale Homestead. Can y'all hear me okay? What's up, bro? What's going on, man? All in the soil. How you doing? It's good to see everybody here. Hey, Mama Bear Randy. Hey, Patricia Creighton. Hey, Tamika, Eugenia, Ellie Porter, Barbara Purvis, Melissa Singletary. Oh, it's going fast now. Smile, Sandy, Linda Lanone, I think. Dan Permaculture Food Force. What's going on, brother? Precious SoCal Gardner. How you doing, Mom? Okay, thank you, Andale. Be Rich, what's up, man? Hey, I got your email too, man. Thanks for that. And yeah, first time on this channel. It won't be our last, man. We're gonna be coming over here a little bit more often for a few other things, more worldly. Hey, Extraordinary, how we doing? Hey, Artistic Garden, Artistic Kitchen with Sandy, how you doing? Thank you, everybody. I'm really not going to be here long. I've been bouncing around channel to channel to channel, and I promise you, I see stuff that it just, I don't know, just kind of bothers me. So I just wanted to say something on it real quick, and I wanted to get your take on it. Some of you may understand, some of you may not. Well, I want to talk about elevators. Elevators and excavators. The reason I put that thumbnail up, in one hand, I'm holding an axe. In the other hand, I'm holding a hammer. I did that on purpose. I actually went and ran into the garage just to dig that hammer out. I did that because what I'm seeing in some of our communities, just on this platform, I'm not even talking about in real life, just on the YouTube platform, I see a lot of elevators, but I see a lot of excavators too. What I mean by that is, we got a lot of people building us up. Now, I can speak about myself. We got a lot of people that's constantly building us up and building stronger support systems and support bases, building the base stronger to make a group stronger or a person stronger. We got a lot of that going on. But at the same time, we got the excavators. You know what an excavator is? It's something that digs and scours and clears out. It moves things. It gets rid of things. It hollows things out. It's pretty much there to destroy. And the funny part is about it, and I can't get this out of my head, is it takes so many good, strong, knowledgeable, smart people to build something, to build a structure, to build a building, to build an organization, to build a situation. And it only, all of these professionals, it take plumbers, electricians, bricklayers, engineers, um, architects. It take all these smart, wonderful people to build this community, to build this village, to build this up. And it took them years to build it. It took them years, years to plan it, years to finance it, years to start getting things in motion, years to try to get all the licenses they need to get the place built up. You know, before they even lay the first brick, before they tear down the first tree, they have to go years just with the planning. Say that village goes on for about, I don't know, 50 years, you know, and the neighborhoods start getting bad. So all the people move out slowly. You know what I always see? You do too. We always see it took all of these wonderful people to build this neighborhood and build this village or build this mall. It took years of planning, years of construction, and it was one of the most spectacular things at the time anywhere around. When it's all over and said and done, and when it's been neglected and it's been eaten from the inside out, and a few people got into the neighborhood and neglected their houses and neglected their lawns and neglected the roofing and every shingles all over the street. After a while, the neighborhood goes down. Somebody else want to buy into the land that is owned. So they tear that neighborhood down to build, like, I don't know, a golf course. It always blows my mind that it only takes one dude in one truck to remove all of that work, all of those years of work. All he got is a bulldozer or a wrecking ball, depending on the situation. And it just takes them about 1 or 2 days to tear everything up. It took years of planning to build this village. It took millions of dollars to build this village. Families have been born, families have been raised, generations for generations in this village. And it only took 2 dudes to tear it all down, just 2. Next thing you know, it's just an empty lot as far as the eye can see. You can see about 3 miles straight across where this used to be. I can remember hearing so many people say, you know, this used to be corn as far as the eye can see. And now it's a strip mall, right? Where I'm going with that is, we do the exact same thing with ourselves. We do that exact same thing as a people. And I'm not pointing no fingers. Let's get that straight. But we do the exact same thing as a people. Every time one of us is making their way up and trying to build it up, and they're doing all that they can do, you got a handful of people that want to just tear it down. They're ready to tear it down. Their only job, remember, the excavators don't build anything. The excavators, they're just there to remove, to tear down, to hollow out. That's all they're doing. They got a license in demolition. That's what they do. They leave building up to the engineers and the contractors. They leave that to them. That's what they're licensed to do. So this group of people, all their job is to do is tear down, remove, hollow out, destroy. They got a job to do too. keep looking around YouTube, and all we do, I'm wondering where's the doggone elevators at? It's not too many more elevators anymore. And I'm not talking about for myself. I'm talking about all of us. We do not elevate one another. We do not support. Our support system is crap, is garbage. And I understand. In a way, you can almost say we were born and bred excavators. All the way back from our elders and our ancestors being slaves. They were taught and bred to tell on one another if somebody tried to escape to freedom. Now, the master's biggest problem with people escaping to freedom, it's not just one or two slaves slipping away that scared him. That's the part that people get mixed up. One or two slaves slipping away is to them was like your livestock. You missing two chickens, you missing two goats, you missing two cows. You're gonna miss them, but they gone. Remember, they counted us as livestock or lesser than. So one or two of them slipping off or a predator getting them is no big deal, right? But see, this is where that whole notion of they're not people, they're not counted as a human being. This is where that becomes a lie. It's because if we were counted as livestock, when your cow escape, when your lamb escape, when your sheep escape, right? Your lamb don't come back to get the other lambs. Your sheep don't come back to get the other sheeps. Your cow don't come back to get the other cows and show the other cows how to get the freedom and not become burger. That lets you see they knew we were humans. They knew we were human beings because losing a couple of livestock was not the threat. That was not what got them scared. What got them scared was they're going to go, now that they found their way out to freedom, they're going to come back and show the rest of them how to get to freedom, show them that they're stronger than we keep telling them they are. They're going to tell them our secret. If they ever find out that they're powerful, we are in trouble. That's what scared the master. It wasn't that he wanted to teach nobody a lesson. It wasn't about a couple of his livestock got missing. No, he know how smart you are. That's why they picked our group of people over, I don't know, any other being on the planet. There's all other kind of races, but they kept and hung on to one. There's a reason for that. Because they know how strong, they know how smart you are. The biggest thing is, we can never let them find out. We can't let them know how smart they are. So, they taught us to tell on each other. They taught us to tear each other. We were rewarded for tearing one another down. We were awarded for ratting each other out. That's why, when we hear the words, man, I can't stand a rat. That's where that came from. That did not come from no modern day nothing. That's where that came from. That's why when you be like gangsters ratting on each other, they've changed the whole definition, but that's where that's coming from. So, we've been taught and literally bred to tear one another down, to destroy one another's success of freedom. Because when one or two escape from the plantation, they're going to come back with more people to help everybody else get out. That is not what the master wants. That is not what your superior, I ain't gonna call them superior, oppressor wants. Your oppressor does not want you to know how strong you are. Your oppressor does not want you to know how smart you are. So what I mean by that is, here on this YouTube community, platform rather, we always have somebody tearing us down. You will see somebody trying to make it to the top. And as they making it to the top, they keep reaching back and bringing as many people with them as they can. They keep, Harriet Tubman, she could have just left. She could have just went to freedom, chilled out, and enjoyed the rest of her life, not thinking about being enslaved or shackled or nothing. She was good. No. We don't ever think in the mind of Harriet Tubman. We always figure once we get to that promised land, I'm good. I'm good. Woo! Whew, that was a rough trail. We don't never come back to help everybody else. We never reach back like, come on, hey, I know the way. Come with me. I can tell you. We used to watch this show. It was very, very short-lived. I can't even think of the name of it. It used to come on like a year ago. And it was so realistic, I think that's why they cut it off. It was about slavery. And every time they tried to come back and save the rest of the slaves that escaped, every time they tried to come back, you had this one. All he wanted to do was get his head patted by a mazzle. Good boy, good boy. So any plan that they made to try to bring everybody else, or go, this man escaped, he want to come back and get his wife. It was always that one, the underground. That's it, the underground. They took that show off because it was so controversial. I don't watch TV much, but that one had me tunnel vision. I couldn't stop watching. It was so real. They took storylines from actual historic events to put in there, and they would slip that in there. You see how they bred us? Now, it's only one master on the plantation, and it's hundreds of slaves. How did they do that, you ask? How did they control so many people? It's one man, one gun, maybe even a couple of other hands, but still, it's hundreds of slaves. The thing is, if you make, just like in prison, if you make 50% of these, not even fear. Nope, saying, not even fear. You don't have to just control people with fear. You control their mind. You know how you do that? If I make 50% of y'all trustees, and I give you a little bit something extra to eat, it's just like prison. If I give you a little something extra to eat, I let you sleep in a better situation, a better bed. You know, I give you a little extra water. You gonna tell on everybody else. So now it ain't fear, it's you don't know who the moles are. You scared to make a run. You scared to tell your friend. You know you need help crossing the river, but you don't know who you want to tell to to be like, hey, you want to go with me? You might say, hey, look, I'm leaving tonight. You want to go with me? And this dude like, yep, what time we leaving? Soon as the moon go up, we out of here. Got you. Where you want me to meet you at? Meet me right here at this tree. Right, soon as the moon get up, right at this tree, we out of here. Got you. You might be talking to one of the trustees, and he didn't tell, the master didn't tell everybody who trustees are. So it's not fear, it's trust. See? You can rule more things with trustworthiness or lack thereof than you can with fear. Fear rules. But see what fear does, fear makes you turn on, if one man, I'm gonna kill you if you get off my land, if you leave. Now all of us can focus on you. We're scared of you. That's fear. Everybody that rules with fear, every dictator that rules with fear, they fall by their own people. But if you play with people's head and make it so they don't know who to trust, who's the spy, we do that right here in this country with espionage and everything else. You don't know who to trust. That make you kind of nervous on, should I even make a move? So I'm saying all of that to say this. We have been trained and bred to tear one another down for hundreds of years. For hundreds of years. Son, come close my door. And I'm going to tell you something that I don't know is a medical fact or not, but I'm going to tell you some proof. When I was younger, and my proof is how you can add something into your DNA. It's almost like evolution, forced evolution. I did some reading on that a while back, and I came up with a theory. None of this is factual, just theoretical. Forced evolution is this. I don't know how it works. When I was a young kid, let me see if you can see this. You can almost see that line right there. See this? Right here. I don't know if you can see that enough. Okay. What that is, back when, the Bobby Brown haircut, used to have me a little Bobby Brown popping off. And I had the little part that came from back here and whipped around here. I used to cut my hair. And I had some rusty wall clippers, rusty. And I would use them rusty clippers and they would cut down into my meat, right around here. And I would bleed that line. I would have to put alcohol there. Well, I used those so long, y'all know how long Bobby Brown was in power. To the point, I scarred my head forever with a Bobby Brown part right here. So for the rest of my life, I got this part in my head. Stick with me. To the point, my hair even started going the opposite direction. Down here. It just don't come straight no more. This part goes this way. This part starts going this way. When my sons were born, both of them, stick with me. Only way I can prove this is just to show it to you. Both of my sons have this same weird line in their head. How do you do that? How does that happen? This is not a birth trait of mine. It's not a birthmark. I created that. I created that. So how did the same scar end up on both of my sons' head? Both of my sons. Both of their hair does the exact same weird thing. That never happened until I started doing that Bobby Brown stuff. How does that happen? That's story number one. Story number two is my brother-in-law got in a motorcycle accident years ago when he was younger, and he's missing just a little piece of his ear right here from the motorcycle accident. Just a little piece at the top. His one and only son, my nephew, is born. Remember, this is not a birth defect. My nephew was born with this piece of his ear missing right at the top. Same ear. How does that happen? That's not genetically right. You wasn't born with that. So how did you pass that? It's really not even a trait. How did you pass that on? Now, if my nephew was here and wanted to get on camera, I would show you and show you his father. And if my son wanted to get on, I would show you his part right here with his weird little hair like mine and my oldest boy. So the reason I'm telling you this personal story is people think that you can't change other people's DNA with mental torture, or that's what we were bred to be: bigger, stronger, faster, more productive, like animals. We were also bred to tell on each other and tell the boss when the stuff is going down, when something ain't that the boss don't like, when somebody is trying to get to freedom, when somebody is trying to make it out of the rat race, when somebody is trying to get off the plantation. We were all told to tell, to tear down. If you, how many times we done seen a story where the slaves is the ones that went to go catch the slaves so they could get the pat on the head by the master. We were bred to do that. So every time I see that here just on the YouTube platform, people say, Led, some such and such talk about you, such and such said this, such and such said this. What you gonna tell them? Not gonna tell them nothing. I'm not gonna respond to that because part of it ain't their fault. They were bred to do that. Because what it looked like to some folks is I'm trying to make it off the plantation. I've heard people say, you know, my channel has changed and it's different now. And that's the part where I don't understand is did you want me to stay the same person as I was 10 years ago? Who can I help 10 years ago? See, cuz my whole thing is I'm trying to do I'm trying to do the whole Harriet Tubman. I'm trying to help as many people as I possibly can. And I promise you, family, you will get there someday. And when you get there, you have to reach back and help as many out of the crap as you can. Period. It don't matter who you are. You don't know, one day, one of these platforms that you're on, your algorithm will hit and people will see you and your numbers are going to climb. But you got to remember to reach back. You got to remember to help one another. And that goes for in your life too. Do everything you can do to help back. Help everybody you can. It sometimes it's hard. But you can't You can't do this by yourself. So you're going to always run while you're trying to build up your life, your community, your village, your strength, your base. While you're trying to build all of that stuff up, remember, there is a group of excavators just waiting on y'all to get done. There is a group that only gets paid to destroy everything you built. That's not just here on YouTube. It's in your life. There literally is somebody on that plantation waiting for you to tell the secret of how you made it out of here, so they can rat you out and help destroy everything you tried to build. Some people, that's what they like doing. I see a lot. I talked a little bit about spoons a while back in a situation. I called spoons are people. Spoons are people that like to go stir up bullshit and feed you bullshit. That's all their whole life is. That's why I call, if you ever hear me call some people some spoons, that's exactly what I mean. That's all they there to do. And guess what? What do you do when you ain't being fed bull crap or you ain't stirring up bull crap? They go in the dishwasher. You never see them again. You got one job. You don't use spoon. You don't pull a spoon out when you got a steak. You don't pull a spoon out when you got some lobster. You don't pull a spoon out to do nothing else in your house. Nothing. You only pull it out to feed yourself and stir things. And that's what people are. They come out only to stir up crap and only to feed you bull crap. That's all they do. And I kept telling people, beware of them spoons. You got some in your cabinet too. You got some in your silverware. Watch them spoons. Watch them. Watch them. Because they just like to bounce around and stir stuff up. And when they stir stuff up, then you done stirred up the excavators. Here they come, ready to tear stuff apart. Family, we'll never get nowhere as a people or as a community or as human beings. We'll never get nowhere. We keep worrying about, we never agree on anything. And sometimes we don't agree on things just so you can be different. Just so you can say you different. You didn't go with the sheep. You know, I ain't no sheep. Well, part of what I'm thinking is if we did come together like sheep, we would be way more productive. People keep putting sheep down. I hear that a lot, especially these days. I ain't no sheep or sheeple. I'm a lone wolf. Sometimes we want to be different so bad. We want to stand out so bad that you don't even realize how bad you're ruining your own life. It ain't necessarily you gotta go with the flow. It's like, man, for the health and the safety of all of us, right? Right. That's right, bro. Sheep eat good and stay warm together. Together. We give sheep a bad name. So, you know, I just want, it's a lot of people that start YouTube channels and then they quit. That's why that's one of the reasons I'm doing this tonight on this channel. Is please don't let the people that tear you down, don't let them stop you. You got a dream, you got a drive. Do not, just remember, there's way more construction workers than it is excavators. Even though those excavators, they got a big bulldozer. Telling you. But don't stop building yourself up. I had a girl on my route. She was asking me where, since my route was so large at work, did I see any other places for rent? Because she was talking about moving. And she was staying in some projects. And I said, how much is your rent? And of course, she was on government assistance. But they gave her so much money, right? I said, oh, she said, because I'm thinking about moving like 2 blocks over, right? I said, baby girl, why would you move out of the apartment complex, the projects, to move 2 blocks over away from the projects? It's all in bad shape. For the kind of money that you have, why don't you move clear across the other side of town where I stay? I know of some places there that would accept your government assistance. You would be living in a better neighborhood, in a better situation. Your kids will go to a better school, and you can stop worrying about getting shot at. I never forget what she told me. It was I ain't gonna say it's the dumbest, because I ain't gonna, it wasn't dumb. It was ignorant. She said, I don't want to be around all them bougie people. I said, what you ask me for then? I'm just trying to stay, something close to my uncle live over here, my aunt live. So what? Don't you want to get out of this? Yeah, I do want to get out of there, but I don't want to be around all them people in there. I just shook my head and said, I keep my eyes peeled, knowing good and well I don't ever want to talk to you again. I told you I got a short fuse for ignorance. You don't want to better yourself because you worrying about quote unquote bougie people. But I could not deliver my mail last week because of the crime scene tape that I could not cross for 3 days. That's a true story. All of it. I could not deliver because of the crime scene tape and the blood. And you just want to get away 2 blocks away? See what's been done to us? Here's the other part of that getting torn down situation. You can be torn down for so long. You can be ripped down so long. You can be held down so long and kept down so long. You don't even know how to function around nothing normal. I ain't gonna call it normal. Around nothing decent. You don't want to have nothing to do with nothing decent because you don't know how to be decent. Some people become so held down for so long they lose hope of ever achieving anything. Their biggest goal is to own a car someday. One of their other biggest goals is to have some jewelry. They have no aspirations to own a home, land, be financially out of debt. Freedom. They don't have, that is not in their vocabulary. And I'm not just talking about black folks. I'm talking about everybody. It's that ignorant stigma that just sits on us. That's why some slaves never even wanted to leave the plantation. You know, even in that movie, that show, The Underground, you know what some slaves would say? When they would want to escape, y'all probably seen this, right? Right, we programmed. That's right, Empress. Like, what you want to escape for? We got everything. We got a good master. See, that master over at that other planet, he horrible. He bad. Our master is okay. He only whoop us every blue moon. He only whoop us when we really be cutting up. Did you hear how that went? Our master ain't bad. Long as you do what you told to do, you will live. That's the mentality that we got when we sit in those projects, in those ghettos, in some of the trailer home situations. Some of them. I'm not talking about all of them. I'm not talking about all projects. I'm not like apartment complex versus the ghetto. Okay. Then you got a trailer establishment versus trailer home situation, trailer park. It's a difference. Where I'm from, we got them both. It's two whole differences. But some people just feel like this is good enough. This is good enough. We ain't blowing no smoke. We cool. Nobody bothering us. We got our beer. We got our cigarettes. You know, I get my check once a month. I am not trying to make no waves. That to me is the same as Master don't whoop us. Long as we shut up, do what we told, do our job, hey, you know, he let me get all the best pickings off the hog after they throw them out to us. And that same slave will say, the one that said, what you want to leave for? If you finally make an attempt, like, you know what he'll say? You're trying to mess it up for all of us. Now, we could be over on that bad plantation where they kills people. You gonna mess it up for all of us trying to keep on escaping. Right, complacency. Thank you, Linda. You gonna mess it up for all of us. I will never understand none of this, how we do each other. Never. Never. Um, you know, anybody know the what's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. It's, you know what? I don't even want to use the crabs in the barrel. I don't even want to use that analogy either. This is far beyond that. This is far beyond that. I gave another situation before. Even with the crabs in the barrel, if the one crab gave every other crab in the barrel a ladder of their own to climb out the ladder, out the barrel, rather, that same doggone bunch of crabs is going to be looking at you like, who is you? Why is your ladder shinier than mine? I want to use your ladder to get out the bucket. The crab in the barrel analogy, that ain't where we are no more. We are not there. We're not climbing over each other and pulling each other down. No. We're never satisfied. When we got a way out, it's never good enough. Like, here's your ladder. Why my ladder got a little rust on it? Why your ladder shiny? Who cares? Let's get the hell out of here. Well, let me use your ladder, you use mine. What difference do it make? Okay, here, you can have my ladder. And why was you so quick to switch ladders? It must be something better with what you got going on? Give me my ladder back. See, We done wasted so much time arguing about the several ladders that we can all get out of. We arguing about who is assigned to which ladder to climb out of this hellhole. We ain't even pulling on each other no more. No more. We're to a point that we're so doggone confused. When you do reach freedom, you don't know what to do with it. I'm going to tell you a quick story about this one person that I know personally. They finally got out of their horrible situation. They finally got out of their horrible, horrible situation. I can't tell you what it was, but they finally made it out of a horrible marriage, horrible relationship, with drugs, everything. Bad place in their life. They made it out. They are totally free of all of the nonsense that they used to go through. And the only dream that they had was to own a car. This is a grown person. This is an older person. Once they finally even achieved owning their very own vehicle in their name, paid for it, cash, title in hand, they have been held down for so long they don't even have a clue of how the world is bigger than you owning a car. It's kind of like, now what? We got so many people, like our basketball players, our football players, our entertainers. Once they actually got to all of those millions and millions and billions of dollars, they don't even know what to do with it. They end up going to a strip club and showering people with millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You mean to tell me after you got your paycheck, that's as far as you could think what to do with your money? When you got your first payment, all you could think, the farthest you could think, is to put it on your ear like a phone and take about 400 pictures and upload them to Instagram. You got all this money, you don't even know what to do with it. You don't know about investing money. You don't know about helping other people out with your money. All your blessings just don't belong to you. Your blessings belong to everybody. Because just as quick as they was given to you, they'll be snatched right from up under you like a welcome rug. All of these entertainers and all of these rappers and movie stars and everything else, man. I can't think of his name. I want to say his name so bad. I'm going to just say this one rapper said he had to literally leave his city. Most entertainers do. You can't stay in your own city. Because once you reach a certain level, nobody is your friend anymore. Whether you grew up with them or not, they do not want to hear from you. They do not want to see you make it out of this barrel. Even if you say, I'm coming back to help you up out of here. Ain't nobody come. Don't nobody want to hear that. Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie. That's him. They will kill you. Even if you say, man, I can help you out of this. You gotta go. Because it get to a point, just like the slaves, I don't want you to help me work on freedom. I want your freedom. I want yours. I don't want you to help me get out. I want me and you to switch places. I'm going to give you these slave clothes, and you give me them freedom clothes, and you going to get back in that field, And I'm going to be on the back of that wagon. I don't want you to help me. And I'm not helping nobody else. I just want what you already accomplished. And that's it. That's what we got going on here. And it make it bad. I can imagine how many times Harriet Tubman, imagine, there were no real paved roads. She had to go through the woods and the swamps, and imagine all of the wild animals that she had to forget being chased by people. Mountain lions, cougars, bears. There was no roads. She had to go from the woods from the north to the south, to the west, to the south. Wooded area. Nothing was developed yet. Imagine having to go back and forth, fighting off wolves. Didn't talk about that. Coyotes, bears, snakes. Just to go back to help your brother, and even if you could just get one to help your brother and sister get a taste of freedom. Just a taste. All the stuff that you had to do and the stuff you had to pull off to make that happen. Nothing has changed to this very day. Imagine you did all of that. You battled bears, snakes, wolves, coyotes, cougars. You battled all of that just to get back to the plantation for one of your own people to see you and try to alert the master and tell on you because you're trying to help save people. Excavators 101. Imagine that. Just put that in your head. Imagine walking through your state park, with your own state park with a bunch of woods where you can get lost. Imagine doing that for weeks, walking through that mess. And our state park anywhere is beautiful, right? And it's tame. There's no wild animals per se. But imagine that in its rawest form. But you gotta be out in that for weeks at a time just to go try to save one or two people. And then go back for a few weeks. Nothing has changed to this very day. Even I used to wonder this. And I've said this a many times. I wonder why, like, entertainers, rich people, Denzel, Halle Berry, I wonder why they just don't do stuff. Because in my head, if I was rich, I'm gonna just tell you one of my dreams. And I always said it, and Lady Led always thought it was funny, and she said you wouldn't be able to do that. I always wanted to say, if I was filthy rich like that, big entertainer, big, huge, right? I would just be riding down the street in my limousine and just see some people at the bus stop say, get in for the day. Where you want to go? What you want to do? Today is your day. Let's do it. Send them off with about 100,000. I just did a show, made, $1 million. Send each one off with 50,000. That's how I would want to do stuff. But you can't do that. Now I know. Because the whole time you trying to show them a time of their life, at least one of them is trying to think of a way to rob you or take a picture with you stating that you done something to them so they can file charge to sue you for even more money. You was about to give them $50,000, $100,000. But they're trying to think of a way to get more out of you, to destroy you. And now I know why entertainers and famous people really just kind of be in seclusion. Because they scared of the excavators. They don't know. Remember I told you, the spies, you don't know who's there to try to tear you down. So it's sad it gotta be this way. But I just wanted to let you guys know, please don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody slow you down or slow your roll, because if you do, it's easy to become complacent and just be like, well, this is good enough, I guess. I ain't making no waves, blowing no smoke. Got my cigarettes, got me a little wine, get my check every month. I ain't in jail, you know, I'm good. My problem with that is that is not good enough. That is not good enough for who we are. Imagine this. When you're afraid of something, why are you afraid? There's a couple of reasons why you're afraid. Number one, we're afraid of the unknown. But if you know somebody, you shouldn't be afraid of them anymore, right? If you know a person, you shouldn't be afraid of them anymore because you know all their quirks, you know their ins and outs, you know their habits. No reason to be afraid of them anymore. I used to wonder why people hated other people so bad. Here's another theory. I don't know if it's facts, but it be on my mind a lot. The only reason you have to hate another people or another race of people is because you know what they're capable of. You know their strength. See, I told y'all, I'm afraid of Mike Tyson. I respect that man. I respect him. But I'm afraid of him. I'ma tell you, he's a nice guy, really. Why should you be afraid of Mike Tyson? The only thing why I'm afraid of Mike Tyson is the same way I'm afraid of a pit bull. I know what they're capable of. Still, to this day, Mike Tyson hair is gray, and he's older now. But Mike Tyson is still capable of crumbling a man like an unpaid bill. You understand? He's still capable of that. As ignorant as that sound, it's true. What if you knew? Let's play with me for a second. What if you knew that you were royalty? Really? What if you knew that you have a family, part of your family, somewhere, were literally royalty? What if you found out that you are a part of one of the richest families in the world? What if you found that out? What if you found that out? What if you found out that you are one of the most powerful families in the world? What if you found out that you are one of the smartest, you're part of one of the smartest families on the face of the earth? Now, what if you found out that your whole life you're actually royalty? This is like the what is the prince and the pauper type of story. What if you actually found out that somebody's been keeping that secret from you for a long time? Through all of your struggles, through all of your trials and tribulations that you go through every day, barely making it through this rat race of a world, barely getting up every day to go help another man get rich while you stay poor, you trying to figure out how you gonna feed your family. Imagine that. Imagine if somebody been keeping that secret from you all these years. You know, that's kind of like what's his name? I don't want to say his stage name. On Different Strokes. His parents just didn't let him know he's a multimillionaire. His whole life, his parents were spending his money. They were enjoying the good life. On the little guy on Different Strokes. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to disrespect him at all. What you talking about, Willis? You know. That's why that dude was so angry. He had no idea he's a freaking millionaire. He was a millionaire in the 70s. So imagine now that you get old enough, you've been working so hard to find out that you have to go work as a security guard like any Joe Schmo because somebody been stealing your money that you've earned. You are really a millionaire. Imagine what a millionaire in the 70s is. Now, calculate that to today's money. He was the biggest actor in the world as a child. So imagine if you didn't know that you were that richer, your royalty, and somebody ain't told you all this time. How would you feel? I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot because people are only afraid of those two things. Things they don't understand or things that they know can destroy them. I ain't got no other reason to hate you. When somebody say they can't stand me and my people, I'll be like, but why though? Never got a good answer. Never got a good answer. Never. It's never a logical question. And if it is an answer, it's always non-factual. Either you don't like me because you don't understand me, or you don't like me because you're afraid to find out what I'm actually capable of. You know what I'm capable of. I don't even know what I'm capable of. But it's been that secret has been passed on to you. That here you go. Anybody been to the circus? Everybody ever been to the circus? How do they train them elephants? This is how you train an elephant. You get that elephant when it's a baby. And you tie a chain or a rope around that elephant's foot. You tie that rope to a stake in the ground. So every time that baby elephant pull his leg with that chain on it, he know he cannot get away. You have ingrained that thought in that baby elephant's mind. Elephants are just as smart as we are, if not more so. That I can never get away as long as I got this thing around my leg. That's a form of mental captivity. You don't need bars. You don't need chains. You don't need whips. You don't need none of that. Something is ingrained in you for so long that every time you feel this, that gives you a sense of hopelessness. I cannot escape. I can't get away. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, it's conditioning. That's how we've been done. That's how all of us have been done. That you cannot succeed. You cannot prosper because they keep little things that act as that rope around your leg. They never want you to know how powerful you are. Have you ever seen a rogue elephant? The elephant that wakes up and look at his wrist like, wait a minute, I can move. I can move. Wait a minute. I can move. I'm about to tear this doggone tent and everybody up in this mamma jamma apart. They call them rogue elephants. And when that elephant go trampling down Main Street and flipping over Mitsubishis, it take a lot of ammunition to put that elephant down. That elephant for the first time is feeling his power, his God-given power. He is really the king of the jungle because lions can't do nothing with no elephant. Even if a lion jump on you, can't bite through that tough meat. He feel that power and oh, you mean to tell me for 30 years I got superpowers? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me process this. You mean to tell me I'm a MFing elephant? This whole time? You had clown people on my back? I've been riding snotty-nosed children on my back for 30 years. And I could have just walked away from all this bullcrap. Family, it's a lot of us that's that elephant. You have no idea how powerful you really are. You have no idea that you are royalty because they keep this around you. Every time you look at it, it reminds you that you are worthless. You cannot. That's what this says. You cannot. You will not. Once you start realizing and doing some research and realizing who you are, how strong you are, how powerful you are, how smart you are, the sky is the limit. I'm going to end this with saying this. Out of all of the land masses on the planet Earth, out of all of the land masses on planet Earth where human beings reside, there is one landmass that literally, truly feeds the whole rest of the planet. There is one landmass that is the richest in minerals, gold, diamonds, water, everything. Herbs, food, spices. It's one. On this entire planet, wars have been started fighting over this landmass. Every other single landmass is trying to conquer that one landmass. The other wars are being started because they want to be the first one to keep going over there to invade and pillage that landmass. On that landmass, you have some of the most dangerous animals on the planet. They're dangerous for a reason. I want you to stick with me here for a minute. Every animal on that landmass is the deadliest, biggest. Each one of them, there ain't little spiders over there. These spiders look like, you can see the spider blink at you like that. When you can see a spider blink, you didn't know spiders had eyelids and eyelashes until you go over to that landmass and the spider look at you and do this. You can see his facial expression. Okay? I want you to listen close. Every single creature there, from the lion, from the piranha, everything in the water, every sea creature in the water, in the river, is the biggest. Even the sharks is the biggest, most dangerous creature on the planet, bigger than anywhere else in the world. From the sharks to the silverback apes, everything is huge and bigger and scarier and dangerous and more strong and smart and cunning. I'm just gonna say this. With that being said, do you think the Father stopped at the animals? Do you think he just stopped at the four-legged creatures and the things with scales and fins? Everything on that landmass had to be bigger, stronger, more durable, more dangerous than anywhere else on the world, for a reason. If that's not the definition of royalty, I don't know what is. When you're royal, what is? You're the richest, right? When you say the word royalty, you have the most powerful army. When you think of royalty, you have the best clothes. When you think of royalty, you think of jewels, and you think of minerals, and you think of the finest foods, the finest drinks. When you think of royalty, the most exotic animals. What if somebody has not been telling you that you are royalty for a long, long time? Seems like every other civilization, every other culture that we've been born and raised to read about, mine is the only one that we're never allowed to read about. The only thing that I was raised knowing about where I'm from is Sally Struthers over there telling me if I give my people just a quarter a day, we'll feed them for 30 days. And Sarah McLachlan singing In the Arms of the Angel while flies is flying in slow motion on these babies. Why they made it slow motion flies? That's what I was raised knowing about my people. That's as far as it got. Nobody in school ever. I've learned. Listen, I love history. I've learned about the Mayans. I've learned about the Egyptians. I've learned about the Romans. All through high school and college, I've learned about all of these civilizations, these great civilizations. I've learned about the natives. I have never heard one chapter in no history book about me. The one that's like, in the words of Ice Cube, started this gangster ish. You mean to tell me this the thanks we get? Hello. we didn't ask we didn't ask for no special privileges. We just asked for fairness. We never asked for anything. We just wanted, man, be fair. Matter of fact, we could have squashed this, you know, if you would have gave us a little bit of this land that it was already stolen, it was already anteed up. Can we get some? You know, it ain't yours. you always always felt like a kid when I hear about that part. You know how you end up, um, your brother stole a candy bar. You better give me some. You better give me some of that candy bar. I'm telling mama right now, boy, I'm gonna give you some in a minute. You better give me some of that candy bar right now, or I'm telling mom, shh, 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 shh. Give me some of that candy bar. I'm telling mom, boy, right? You stole it. Can I get some? Only problem is I ain't got nobody to tell. And everybody sitting there eating all they stolen candy bars around me. I'm hungry. See what I'm saying? See, I remember junior high that I had to do a paper on the kingdom of Kush. It was life changing. In junior high, you must be very young. Because when I was in high school and junior high, there was nothing being said about any of that. I can remember having to do a book report, and I can't remember what grade it was, on Oklahoma. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. Because Oklahoma ain't have nothing to do with me. And everything that I read and learned and wrote down on that paper, my book report about Oklahoma, could not have been further from anything that I know. It was like I was doing a report on uh, Jupiter 9 that they haven't even discovered yet. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And that just kind of made, even I was young, and it made me feel some kind of way. I want to write about something I know. I ain't got nothing against Oklahoma either. I'm just saying, you know how I feel when you're over somebody else's house and you don't know nobody, right? You end up going to some other kid's birthday party. You don't know this kid. They made you go because wasn't nobody going to the party, so you got to hang out here. That's how I felt writing about Oklahoma. I ain't got nothing against the boy or the Oklahoma. It's just, man, I'm over here. I don't know nobody over here. I don't know no people. I don't know this kid. What I'm going, when we time to sing happy birthday, what I'm going to say, happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday, dude. I don't even know his name. Happy birthday, whatever. Cut the cake. That's how I felt about writing about Oklahoma. I don't know nothing about Oklahoma. I'll never go to Oklahoma. I have no desire to go to Oklahoma. I want to know something about, man, why am I so red? I'm going to end this again with this. Do me a favor. Start right now. You will never know that you are royalty. You will never know that you are kings and queens. You will never know who you are until you start to look. You will never find out who you are until you start to search. You ain't got nothing else to do. It's almost 200 people watching me right now. You ain't got nothing else to do. You, while your elders are alive, your grandma, your grandpa, y'all got all them old pictures up in the attic, you need to start trying your hardest and doing research in your family and follow your lineage. You'll find out some strange stuff. You'll find out that that was not Aunt Mary. That was really your mama. We all need to start doing research. Because all of us say, I'm black or I'm a little bit of Cherokee or something. You don't know nothing until you only know right now what you've been told or what you think you are when you look in the mirror. You don't know nothing until you start to search. And I'm going to even say this, take it a step further. Pay people. I'm gonna remove that, okay? I didn't mean to do that. Stop thinking. Stop thinking and do your research. Do your research. And I ain't talking about YouTube. I'm talking about really, truly. Start digging. Go wake your grandma up and ask her questions. Soon as you start that lawnmower, you know grandma ain't gonna shut up. She gonna get up, pull her glasses on, pull her robe, and start telling you about stuff. Some of no, don't go with your soul gonna tell you. Don't do that, because that's where we keep messing up. I'm talking about go do some doggone hard evidence. Hardcore, on the paper, on the tracks evidence. You'll be surprised what you find out. For instance, here you go. Long time ago, on everybody know George Lopez. George Lopez had a talk show. This was years ago. One of the funniest comedians. I love George Lopez. George Lopez had a talk show, and on his talk show, he used to give real, true to life DNA tests. You know how many people was on his show and thought they were something, and they had nothing to do with the ethnic group that they thought they were in? Even George Lopez himself. Listen, his name is George Lopez. He was 52% European. And one of the people that I thought was, I don't even know why they giving this dude a test. What's his name? Was it the dude that did all the writing for Seinfeld, the Seinfeld show? He was 36% Native American. When he thought he was 100%, he thought he was Jewish. I mean, you know, not his faith, but I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? No, blew his mind. Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba thought she was a Latina. She had zero Hispanic blood in her. 0%. This is Jessica Alba now. That's just a few of many. So I don't want to hear about what your soul feel like. Because sometimes I feel like a doggone butterfly. And I just want to wrap myself up in a cocoon. No, your soul won't. Nah, indigo, that's not what I want to do. Your soul ain't going to tell you your paperwork. No, I ain't flying with that. I'm talking about hard evidence. Evidence. I'm not talking about what you feel like. I feel like I'm a millionaire. I woke up today and rang my little bell and I wanted my fuzzy slippers and I never got no answer. Because it ain't about how you feel. That evidence is that bill is in the mail saying past due notice. I feel like a millionaire. I feel like a lot of stuff. But the hard evidence is I'm not. I think now that's where we're messing up, and that's where our trail is getting blurred. Our trail is getting blurred because we too scared to find out the truth about who we are, where we from, all of that. All of us is all mixed up in this, especially in this country. We all mixed up, of course. But don't you want to know where those trails go? You might find out something. There's a group of there's a group of people that have found out that they have a low percentage of Native American DNA. They also found out that since they do have that low percentage of Native American DNA, that they also qualify for certain privileges as the natives here, the actual full-blooded Native Americans on the reservations. Now you got a group of people, which the natives are fighting this, but you got a group of people that's getting all the free money. They were offered land. They were given free land, just like the natives. And they don't got nothing to do with the people. Nothing. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't how you feel. You can't go to court and say, I feel like a free man. The judge gonna say, I feel like you better pay these 4 parking tickets. Hard evidence. You come to court with evidence. You come to God's court with evidence. Come to court with, here's photographs, here's video footage, here's a signed affidavit. You don't come to court talking about some, I feel like I'm innocent. We have to do hardcore research on who we are. We have started. Me and my wife have started in several different ways. We have started. You should too. I'm tired of going down the line, and when my kids ask me a question about my lineage, it stops. See, some people, they could follow their lineage all the way back to damn near to a caveman, you know? Ours always stop on that shore. Ours can only go so far. Think about that. I want the people that have never struggled with that thought, I want you to really sit and think about one of the struggles of certain people. It's almost that feeling of being an orphan. I don't know if anybody has been adopted before in here. Can you imagine that feeling? I'm talking about the orphans that know they're orphans. I'm talking about the people that was given up at birth that know they were given up. Can you imagine that feeling of never knowing who you are? Where you from? You can't even start tracing or tracking down any of your lineage or any of your family. You always see people that look like you, got a nose like you, got eyes like you, talk like you, shape like you, but you don't know if you got anything to do with them. You know how that feel? I know other um people of color that can trace their lineage almost to the boat. To the boat. For my people, that's the end of the line. We'll never know. Like I had this one friend, she could track her lineage all the way back to the Roman Empire. And I think the only reason she stopped digging because it was getting boring. You know, after a couple thousand years, it's like, you know. But even the best of us can only get back to the boat. That's as far that's like, you know how people talk about your lifeline again. That's the end of the lifeline right there for us. After that, there's no record. There's no nothing. You might be related. Your lineage might go to some of the greatest warriors ever known to man, and you will never have a clue. Never, no matter what you do. Let go of the hatred. What happened, Diamond? Diamond Lace Wigs, that name. What happened? How you doing, encouraging community? Good to see you here. I'll check it out. Uh, I'm waiting. Oh, Diamond Lace Wigs and what he has for you while you're here. Hate only hurts the person can't. A previous comment on the chat. I wanted to help someone out. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, you guys. Don't you ever wonder? Melissa Singletary says, I wish I could go further, but like you said, yeah, even the best of us can only get as far as the boat. That's the end of, and that's for the best of the paper trail. If you have a full paper trail from the shores to who you are and where you are today, if you are one of the best of us. But most of us, you have none of that. The boats have records too. Right, I know, but you know, they're not going to record where they got some people. They're going to record when you got on. That's when it's going to start. They're not going to write down. You know what I'm saying? They're going to write down where you got on the boat at and start taking inventory. Say, bottom line, we are of energy of the creator and we have amnesia because because we are greater than what we're told. Exactly. The boats don't have our records. The boats don't have our records. European records. What does that mean, Diamond Lace? Diamond Lace? Uh, what does that mean? Every time you say something, it kind of be missing some words or something. And I'm trying to understand you, but I'm just letting you know how it's some of the stuff that you're saying is coming across to me kind of, I'm trying to figure it out. Do everybody need to call their aunts and uncles and grandmamas, ask your mama to tell you, how do I feel about these tests? When you say test, Melissa, what do you mean? When you say, how do I feel about the test? Which test are you talking about? It means mainly slavery records will not be found, but you can find many records of you. I already said that, Diamond. That's what I was talking about a minute ago. That we have no records. Our records stop at the boat. We are natives. Our records led here. Okay. No, you good, Diamond. You good. What's going on, Happy Mac? I'm trying to read and see. You ever going to go to Africa? I want to visit. Yes. Yes, I do. Honestly, screw the records. Focus on being the best you as you can be, and the world will be a better place for you reaching your potential. I got to be honest with you, Mr. Gromby. That's a total, utter lie. There's nothing wrong with being a good person now. And that has to be coming from you because you can trace your lineage. You weren't adopted and you know where you're from. It's easy to say that. It's easy to say that when you know where you're from. It's easy to say that and have that confidence of knowing where you're from. It's easy to say that, man. It's kind of like when when somebody, I was raised with some people with money, and when my friend with money, I ain't got no bike and we supposed to be going on a bike ride. He said, just go ask your dad to go buy you one. You want me to do what? Just go tell your dad to buy a bike by Friday and then we could just go riding. You hear how that sound? To my friend that had money, his dad buying him a bike was not a major situation in his life at that time. That was like changing his underwear. In my household, that's what I hope, wish, and pray for at that age that I can probably get around the holiday season or for my birthday. I'm hoping, wishing, and praying. And if it don't happen this year, I'm not going to get mad because next year is going to be the charm. So we can't just say, just focus on from here. If you don't know where you from, you don't know where you going. You can start from here and make yourself a good person. If you knew the answers to the test, won't that make the test easier? See, that's how this works. If you know where you came from, you know where you going. If you got the answers to the doggone test, you got the test tablet, you ain't thinking about how hard the test gonna be because you got the answers. So it's easy for certain people that know their lineage, their past, to figure out all the trials and tribulations. They don't got to go through all of these trials and this maze and rat race and troubles because they people hundreds if not thousands of years ago gave them the doggone secret to how to get over this way. That's kind of how what the Bible do. The Bible is kind of helping you get this way. The past is helping you get to the future. Why you think people literally have jobs? They go to college and they study for years and years, and their only job is to dig up literally the past. Just so we can figure out what the future is. They literally go down and mine up soil so we can figure out what was the earth like 2,000 years ago. What animals was there 2,000 years ago? What the hell happened to them dinosaurs? Oh, conditions are starting to look the same as what happened back then. That's why we do it. If you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. You're going to walk into a brick wall and not even know it. You said you tried looking up your history. Short of 23andMe, I don't know much of my history. Okay, well, that means you have work to do. So you can't just give up and say, you tried 23andMe. Nothing panned out. So, see what I was saying earlier? I'm good. I got my cigarettes. I got my wine. I'm all right. I ain't blowing no smoke. Don't do that to yourself. It ain't even just for yourself. You owe that to your children and your children's children to find out who you are, where you came from. For instance, we're going to shorten this up. We're going to shorten it up in a smaller span. What if your children, if you moved out of town, all your children was babies, right? You moved out of town. I'm using my situation, my real life situation as an example. When you go back to your hometown, now your kids is grown, and you go back to your hometown, your kids gonna be wanting to sleep with their cousins. Because they don't know nothing about none of them. They gonna be wanting to arrange situations and marriages and stuff and getting in entanglements and everything else with their own DNA. Because they don't got a clue. Look how much trouble that can cause. Doggone Pa, I love her though. I love her, Dad. No, you don't. That's your cousin. Your first cousin. Y'all even look alike. No, you can't do that. No. So that's just a short span of time. Imagine if you do that over a couple of generations. The stuff that we keep leaving behind and the information that we leave behind and forget about is actually helping destroy us. In our every generation, we keep destroying ourselves and we don't know why. Why is all of these birth defects happening? Why is all of this cancer? And we don't have too many answers. We keep blaming it on pollution and this and that. But it's other stuff too. Maybe we keep crossing the same old bloodline over and over by accident because we don't know. I don't know who my cousins and my uncles and my aunts is. Next thing you know, you got a whole house full of the hills have eyes. You don't know. I'm not going to stop at no 23andMe. That name even just sound weird. I don't even, no. If you got a test from 23andMe, if you're into that, go get another test from Ancestry.com. Go get another test from the other people and the other people and the other people. Somebody got to start telling us stuff and then put in some footwork and go find out simple stories from your aunt. Go find out simple stories from your uncle. You'll be surprised to find out some stuff, man. You know, I'm gonna tell you a personal situation of mine, if you don't mind. I was born and raised thinking that this man was my blood uncle. I was born and raised thinking that this one man was literally my father's brother. I was born and raised that. To this day, I don't even know how to think different, even though I know the truth. I was born and raised, this is my uncle. All of those are my cousins. Once I was grown, and I, I'm talking about, you know who I ran into today? Who? Uncle Bob. Uncle, you know that ain't your uncle. No, I'm talking about Bob. No, my Uncle Bob. Yeah, that. I ain't find that out till my father passed away. I was grown with gray hair and found out the man I thought my entire life was literally got my DNA running through his veins ain't got nothing to do with me. It shouldn't have, but it hurt. It took something. To this day I can't even think no different. I can't think another way. It's in my brain. That's how easy it is to destroy people right there. Keep on family secrets, family lies. Go wake grandma up. I bet you she gonna tell you some stuff that you ain't never know. You know, you know, uh, Mary, she ain't, them ain't her kid. Them ain't her kid. What you talking about, grandma? Them ain't none of her kid. No. You remember Rebecca used to live across the field over there? Rebecca used to live across the field. Yeah. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember. Them her kids. Grandma, speaking of her, whatever happened to Rebecca? That's why Marie got them kids. She was out in them streets. Nobody ever seen her no more. Later down the line, she had to adopt them kids legally, and all of them family secrets start coming out. Them ain't even your real blood cousins. Them ain't got nothing to do with you. Them was some kids basically dropped off on somebody's doorstep, and now they was born and raised by Marie. And then you be like, that's why they kids call they mama Marie. I thought that was just a little inside family thing. No, they call her Marie because she's Marie. That is not their mama. Go wake grandmama up and ask her some of them questions. She at an age right now that she ain't hold no secrets. She is telling on everybody. She is telling on everybody. Go ask grandma some hard questions and she gonna tell you. Grandma, so you mean to tell me, okay. So that mean Randy ain't related to me? He married to Aunt Ray Ray, right? No, baby. No. Uncle Randy, he like boys. What? Yeah, he like men's. So how is he like men, but he married to Aunt Ray Ray? They ain't married. They just been staying together for about 20, 30 years or something. They just been staying together. They ain't married. They ain't got no kids. His friend David? His friend David come over all the time, be staying over there all the time. Yeah. Okay. It's just you put two and two together. You sit and wake your grandmama up. Grandmama telling on everybody. She ain't. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Beat up grandma? Somebody gonna come in front on grandma? No, she know. Some Wait a minute. I just heard something. You might find out Yeah. When you say some, I'm gonna touch on that for a hot second. When you say you'll find out that some of us was already here, um, I do believe that. I believe that. I believe that part that some of us was here because, again, knowing your history, where artistic kitchen, knowing your history, um, you start to figure some things out when you do more research. Who artistic kitchen? When you start to do more research, what you start to find out is things that, remember I told you they never told us anything about ourselves. Okay, one of those things is uh one of those things is we we had boats. For some reason they made it seem like we was just like monkeys in the woods. They made it seem like we was animals. We had empires. So yeah, I'm sure we did travel. But over time, it's easy to erase certain things. You know what? The South kind of reminds me of my thought of what Africa is kind of like. Stick with me on this. I know everybody like, what? This is why I say this. Um, Living in the South, I've lived in Atlanta and I've lived in Virginia and I've lived in here in South in the Carolinas. And I'm gonna tell you why the South reminds me of what I think what I think Africa is like because I've never been there, but I have seen where there is uncovered tombs that have been swallowed by the jungle. They're finding them right now. They have pyramids and mounds just as big as the pyramids of Giza that have been swallowed by the jungle. And this is the other thing about the pyramids. Nobody knew it was no pyramids because they was all covered by sand. They started digging, a little piece of pyramid was out. They still digging up pyramids over in Egypt, right? Now they finding these same gigantic pyramids and mounds all around the place, right? So if you see that, that's telling you there is some major intelligence. Didn't no apes do that? Didn't no four-legged animals do that? That is math. You have to know some serious math to make these monstrosities, these structures that's just unfathomable. You cannot imagine how they did it. To this day, we cannot recreate how they put any of this stuff together. We can't do it with our most advanced machinery. So, that shows a higher intelligence. So you mean to tell me that people that can build a pyramid and great tombs can't do something as simple as hollow out a log and float a boat across the ocean? So yeah, I do believe some of us made it over this way. And if you want to get real jiggy with it, if you take the map, I'm gonna use this one as an example. I'm gonna need you, buddy. If you take this map, if you cut around every landmass, cut around it, All of this stuff fits together like a jigsaw puzzle, like it used to be one big piece. Look, see this? How this go? See that? That fits right over in here. See this up here? All of this fits right back together. See that right there? Pull that in. See how that fits perfectly in here? And that little piece wraps around that right there. Look down here. All these crumbs is just pieces that fell away as time went on. All of this stuff fit right together. So when people say, "Oh, we originators of this land," and this, I'm not gonna go that far. But as far as land masses changing and dividing, when some people was on this big piece of land and then they had a volcano, which is happening right now. We watching it in real time as we live and breathe today. Land masses are being created by these volcanoes, and then we're going to have an earthquake. That big piece of land mass that was created by said volcano will break off, move out into the ocean. That's going to be called something completely different. People going to travel out there and start planting seeds. And next thing you know, that's going to be a whole nother civilization. They're going to come up with their own language. Listen, watch this. Here's an example of coming up with your own language. It's not hard. Look, hey, get this. Guava. I'm doing that on the internet. Guava. To now, thousands of people is like, what does guava mean? Now when they get the definition, we just took a word, which is a fruit, and turned it into a peaceful word like aloha. Thank you. We love you. Goodbye. Greetings. Have a beautiful day. We turned a word that used to be a fruit into a beautiful welcome, a beautiful greeting, a beautiful goodbye. We turned the word. See how that worked? And I just did that on the internet. Imagine if we had an island of our own. You start coming up with your own language. And when you were a kid, you come up with your own language. You can talk to your whole neighborhood with that language, and the police won't know nothing. See? So I'm not going to say that we weren't here. I do believe, but just to say that we were the only ones here, I'm not with that. I've gotten that a lot. That we were the originators, we were the only ones here. I'm not going for that, because it's just too many ways. Okay, when you think like that, you also have to think and be ignorant of the ways of transportation. You have to think that everybody is stupid and nobody can travel. You when you say that we were the only ones in the Americas and we originated in the Americas, when you say that, you have to also think that Europeans are you're validating the Europeans were superior over every other race. You're validating that when you say we're the originators of the Americas, because that means we didn't travel nowhere. We was already here. We was just here. The only ones that was smart enough to build ships and travel across the oceans were the Europeans. You don't even realize that you validated something that they think and they believe themselves. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Another thing, some of us made it to some of these islands on our own. Now here's the other thing. We were invaded on certain islands that we were part of. Yeah. We wasn't dropped off at every port because they got tired of dealing with us. Okay? We wasn't just dropped off at every port when they got sick of us. They didn't want to do us no more. No. Some of us was already hanging out over there. because we could travel. Think about this. If I took you and I dropped you off in my old neighborhood, you don't know where you are. You was blindfolded. And I dropped you off and I took the blindfold off. Okay? You on Belmont Junction. You won't make it through the night. If I took you to my old neighborhood and dropped you off, you was blindfold, dropped you off, took your blindfold off right there on Junction and Vans, you won't make it through the night. You know why? You don't know where you are. You don't know where to find resources. You don't know where to find water. You don't know where to find help. Nothing. So with that factual evidence, the only way you gonna make it through the night, it gotta be somebody that's kind of like you, that's willing to help you out a little bit so you make it through the night. You have to learn their ways to survive. You from somewhere completely different, but you have to learn their ways to survive. That's factual, scientific evidence that just because they dropped a bunch of people off on an island don't mean that they were going to make it. No, it had to be a few people, something familiar there to help people make it. Something. You just gotta kind of use your common sense and science. They dropped us off at a lot of places that we didn't make it. Thank you, Dan Permaculture Food Forest. History is written by the victors. Amen. Nobody, it's always one-sided story. It's always a one-sided story. So that's when everybody puffed their chest out and say, we was the original. No. It's like everybody wanna get all the credit. They don't want to share none of the credit. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. There was a bunch of people here. Now, since we got this deep, I will say this. All of this used to be one big chunk. But it looked like, now the world supposed to be round, right? When stuff float away, it widens out, right? What's sitting smack dab in the middle? I'm just saying. Which landmass looked like it has been broken off of? And everything else floated away. Everything else looked like it broke off and started floating away, but it's one major landmass smack dab in the middle of all of this. So, when we say, did we all originate from that landmass? I would lean towards yes. To me, it reminds me of a house. It reminds me of a home with a family. It's a father, it's a mother, some kids. As time goes on, this house, the kids is getting too big to live here. They have to move out on their own. So they spread out. Mama and daddy still stay in the mothership. They still stay in the main house. But all the children spread out One moved to California, one moved to New York, one moved to Florida, one moved to Michigan. That's the mothership right there. There go mom and daddy right there. These all the children. Done spread out and started lives of their own. That's just my perspective anyway. That's just my take on it. And that's why it kills me when everybody hate each other so bad. I always think about, what if we all really work together? Whew. What if we all work together? You get this. Get this. I'm about to go somewhere. I'm off the rails now. What if there was, if it's life on other planets? What if it's life on other planets? Stick with me. I know that, he must have been drinking something. No. Stick with me. Let's just say it's life on other planets. It's life somewhere out there. They finally want to come and holler at us about something. Just stick with me. They finally want us to come and holler at us about some stuff. Why did, just say, we playing werewolf now, okay? Why won't the government tell us, I got a good idea. It ain't got nothing to do with science. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that conspiracy crap. The reason why, if it was some people from outer space here with us right now, the reason why folks ain't telling us, cause, man, we embarrassing. We, as a race of people, we are embarrassing. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about humanity. We are embarrassing. This is our home. The earth is our house. And everybody in the house is arguing. Would you want, you supposed to be getting this bank loan and the bank manager supposed to be coming to your house. Stick with me. The bank manager want to come to your house and see how good you take care of your house, see if he gonna actually give you this loan. But your house is nasty. Everybody in here fighting and arguing about nothing. Who ate up all the cornbread? That was my damn cornbread. Man, I'll bust your head open, you don't get my cornbread. If aliens came down right now and said, take me to your leader. Nope. If they came to holler at me and they said, take me to your leader, no. No. Nope. I'm going to do everything in my power to hold off until I can come up with a plan B. I am not taking visitors from outer space to my leaders of our messy planet. They picked me to take them. New people, visitors. No, don't do politics. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm talking about all of us. I'm talking about all of us, because for you to say that man's name, you are no better. That's why I would never take the aliens to see us. See what you just did? You were a perfect example of what I'm talking about right now. Messy. We didn't have to say nothing. I ain't. Okay. Messy. We do not have to do that. We don't got to do that. It ain't just all governments, it's all of us. We don't even gotta put, that is all of us. We messy. For the dumbest reasons. It ain't got nothing to do with one person or another person. We all a mess. I would actually really, if they came and swooped in, landed on my roof, came in there and said, take me to your leader. Let me holler at you. Can y'all come back in about a week? I know y'all came a long way. It's a Motel 6 up the road, and it's a travel lodge. It's a travel lodge if you down 2 miles and make a left. But can you just give me 2 weeks? I'll get them, but man, not now. Not now. It's late. I'm sure they sleep. Can you come back? Can you leave a message? Cause I'm not. Look at this world. We're human beings and we hate each other for our tans. We hate each other for the dumbest. We kill each other for stepping on one another's shoes. We kill each other for jogging through each other's neighborhoods. That you don't even own the house. You don't even own the home that you're supposed to be defending. We shooting each other for breaking in each other's car when you fully insured. You got a full insurance on your vehicle that you don't even own, and you killed a man because he going in there to steal your old melted Snicker bar and Tic Tacs, because you know ain't nothing in there. Even if he took your wallet, never you took a man's soul. But you're fully insured. Again, like I said the other day, just because you have the right, does it make it right? No, you got insurance. Go to that insurance company and tell them, man, look, I had a Mona Lisa in the trunk. I had a Van Gogh painting in the driver's seat. Man, hey, hey, you know your car was already about 11 years old. It had that tick in the engine, and you killed the man. For busting the window out. Just because you got the right, did it make it right? That's the world they will be coming down to. That's the embarrassment of our people. That's the embarrassment of humankind, mankind right there. Every time I hear one of those stories like that, it's just disgusting. Are we really ready for intergalactic visitors? I don't think so. So I'm just chopping it up with y'all. I like facts. I like factual things, that's all. This is why, okay, I'm not gonna touch that one. People don't have any common sense. Because again, like I told you, how we've all been, number one, desensitized to terror, and we've been brainwashed to believe all kind of stuff. Think about this. Every year, for years, as long as I can remember, we've been worshiping a man coming down the chimney and putting toys under the tree. And we make a whole month of doing that. And it's like a billion Christmas songs on the radio. And only a couple of them is about God. See what I'm saying? We've been brainwashed. Only a couple of them is about God. The rest of them, Jingle Bell Rock and all of them, ain't got nothing to do with why we're supposed to be gathering. Everything we do, man. You want to know why I think This world is in such bad shape. It's just too much truth is coming out at one time. It's just too much. You ever been in a messy family dispute where the whole family is setting off, letting secrets out the bag all at one time? That's what's happening to our country right now. It's just too much horrible truth. And the bad part is, all of the truth is bad. It's too much truth at one time, and it's tearing this nation apart because there's been so many horrible stories that happened here. And now to actually not just hear about them anymore, but to see them. You know how big your balls got to be to murder a man and take a picture with him? Like, choo-choo, choo-choo, duck mouth, choo-choo. Do you understand that? Do you know how big of a freaking sack you got to have to murder a human being and take a prize picture, a proud prize picture with them, with the tool that you did it with? Hearing about those stories being told at a campfire is one thing. But now with the birth of the internet, where pictures are being uncovered, the old and the past, and old people are dying off and leaving these old houses empty. And when what's the house hunters find one of these old barn houses and want to refurbish it and start opening up floorboards and opening up walls and pulling out all these horrible pictures and antiques, and then that goes to auction somewhere, all of that truth is starting to come out of postcards. You only send somebody a postcard to tell them that you were thinking about them, and the picture on the other side is always something beautiful to show them how much fun you're having. You don't send anybody a postcard of a rainy day, do you? You only send a postcard of something or you having a great time. Imagine you sent off postcards of pictures of you murdering a human being and said, miss ya, love ya, wish you were here. Here's one of the first ones we got. That's a real postcard. So a postcard to me means I'm sending this to somebody that I'm really care about, and I'm really thinking about them, and I really wish they were here having this much fun with me. That kind of stuff has been suppressed for a long time. And now, between photographs and the internet, it has all started washing out, right? It has all just started, the floodgates of information and truth is coming out, and it's so bad that nobody want to see this. Nobody want none of this stuff released any longer. Nobody want none of this stuff taught. Now, it's the truth. It's the truth. Nobody want nobody to know the truth, but everybody keep wanting to put Christopher Columbus in the books as a good guy. We can't keep going on like this. We can never truly hit the reset button if we keep moving forward into our future with the same lies that got us here in the first place. If we keep lying to ourselves, you ever see somebody they keep big person keep on trying to squeeze this little pants, this little bitty shirt, and no matter how many times you keep telling, listen, you might want to go up a size or two or a few. Just, I can fit this. What's your problem? Look, I look good. You the one you hating. I'm not hating. I don't want nobody to look at you in a negative way. So I'm asking you, you may need another size shirt. You just hating. You just hating. You think I'm going to take your man. Oh, good God. Well, wear that baby shirt then. Go and wear them little pants. You can't even button them up. Go ahead then. Them the kind of lies that we're doing. We just want to keep living in lies and keep telling ourselves, I don't need to lose no weight. I don't need to stop smoking. I don't need to stop drinking. If we keep moving forward lying to ourselves like this, that will be our downfall. That'll be our main downfall. We have been given a second chance to try to fix this, and we're not. It's almost like we hitting the rocket boosters straight to hell. You ever been shopping with somebody and they always keep going to the little boy section? Man, what you coming over here for? We like 50. Why you keep coming over here? Man, they be got that one brand I like. I don't think that matters. It's on sale too. I believe that. You know what else is on sale? Pampers. But you ain't going over there. Man, come out of this boys section. I get in these jeans and you put them on all just to thigh meat. Lying to yourself. And the worst friend is the friend that lies and tell you looking real good. We can't keep going on lying to each other and saying, yeah, am I picking you up to go to the party? How I look though? I'm waiting the car. We can't keep doing that in our life. Because that's what we're doing right here. All these lies about our history, where we came from, all of that. If we don't know the truth, you're going to always believe a lie. Forever. I just don't want to go. I don't want to go into the next phase of my life with another lie. Yeah, somebody said something about the baby gap. Look, I don't go to the mall much anymore. But I done seen before all the mess happened. Oh, big old grown men, bigger than me, going in them little stores. If you go into them stores with them little clothes, listen, there's nothing in here for you. Bruh, I hope you going in there to holler at the cashier, because I know you ain't shopping. You ain't shopping. And then you got one of them sweet pretzels. You got one of them giant pretzels in one hand, and then you go into this store where the sizes ain't got no X's behind them, Nothing in this store got an X behind it. You got a pretzel, and you go in here with high hopes. You're not even making an attempt. You got a pretzel the size of, like, the damn, Captain America shield, And you gonna eat that before we leave here. You gonna finish that before we leave about the mall. You ain't making no attempt to even try to get in them little clothes. None. None. Imagine that store keeps mind when you say, hey, y'all got that new what's the name sweater? Imagine. Uh, we do. We do have that. Where's that? Oh, this is for you. For you. I'll be right back. Let me get my manager. That's the kind of lies we lie to ourselves with. Those kind. She ain't even gonna attempt to try to help you out. She go get a man, somebody that's been trained. They had training. They went down to Florida to the little lake, to the camp, the training camp to deal with these type of situations. This is break the glass type of situation. You're not qualified for this. Go get the manager, cause he coming in here. He 350 and he trying to get into some clothes with ain't got nan X behind nothing that's sold in here. Go call a professional. You might need to call corporate for this one because he don't look like he going down easy. He gonna leave out of here with a bunch of noise if somebody don't make this man happy. So anyway, we gotta do better than this. We gotta build each other up instead of keep trying to tear each other down so much. That's why we in the pickle we in right now. We in the world we in right now because we just constantly just ain't no such thing as skinny jeans. I don't know who made that up. Them is little kid pants. They just gave it a fancy name to try to make them sell. Them is little kid pants. Or ladies' pants with man pockets on them. Some of them, somebody got creative and made girl pants with man pockets on them. You know, and they got creative and came up with a name. Gotcha. 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 Hook, line, and sinker. You swallowed the hook on that one. Because they rocking them to this day. And I'll be like, they do little tick-tock dances in them. I'll be, we kings and queens. That's why I got to keep reminding all of us. So I got to even remind myself sometime. I got to remind myself so I can stop doing bad stuff like that. You know, if you keep telling yourself, I'm better than this. If you keep telling yourself, I'm better than this, watch how far you get in a short amount of time. People say we're royalty, but they don't think it. It's just words. If you think you're royalty, people will start treating you like it. I promise you. I promise. If you constantly say, I can do better than this, even when you on top, I can make this a little bit better. I can make this a little bit better. Have you ever wondered why we're never satisfied as humans? We're never satisfied. We're never satisfied. Never. You can have everything you ever wanted, and as soon as you get it, you want more. It's in your DNA. It's in your DNA to thrive. So why do you keep settling with garbage? Why do you keep settling with garbage people hanging around you? Why do you keep settling with garbage jobs? Why do you keep settling living in an apartment when you really want a house and some land? Stop settling. I'm gonna take that out. Just simply joyful, and this is why. It ain't no agenda. It ain't no agenda to feminize nobody. It ain't. You can't make a sane man do nothing he don't want to do. You can't make a man do something he don't want to do. It's a lot of agendas out here, and I keep hearing that agenda to feminize men. It's an agenda to um, masculate women. It's an agenda. They keep saying it's an agenda. What do they win? What prize do they win? You can't make nobody do nothing that they already don't feel like doing. Because guess what? This is the part that people keep missing. I'm part of the same agenda, right? They can keep saying that's the new dopest style right now until. Sorry, had an important call. Now, back to what I was saying. Can't make nobody do nothing they don't already want to do. You can't. When they put all these advertise. No, went to a phone for a minute. They put all these advertisements out, right? They put all these clothes and stuff out. They put all this stuff out. But nobody is putting a weapon to your head and forcing you to buy it. Nobody. There's some weird music out there. And it's always on the radio. It's always, even for a child. Now, my son, my son is 16 years old. He could be listening to all this stuff. He could be wearing them funny clothes. Guess what? I have never had to tell my son, man, take them pants off. What is them? I ain't never had to tell neither one of my children that. Because they feel like that ain't for me. My youngest, little leg, he's in this culture right now. He's in it. He's living it. All his friends, when I used to pick him up for school before all this mess happened, pick him up for school, all his friends got little pants. And his friends got tap dancing type shoes. His best friends, he don't. Never asked me to buy him none. I never had to be like, I ain't buying that. Never. So it's up here. Now, the agenda has always been out there. It's not new. You can't make a man do something he don't already intend to be doing in the first place. Now, I can see you, somebody slipping somebody a Mickey at the bar, and you didn't want to get on drugs, but like DMX. Like DMX, right? DMX ended up on drugs. Somebody slipped him a Mickey and he got hooked on drugs like that. That's different. Right here. But he said before that he didn't want to have nothing to do with no drugs. So I'm here with those same other brothers in the same agenda. If you don't want to wear them little pants, do the little dances, man, I don't have to. If I don't want to listen to all that strange music on the radio, I don't got to cut the radio on. That radio is full of little buttons. I can change it to hundreds of stations. And I don't even have to use that. I can use my phone and play whatever song I want on the touch of a button. So to me, everybody keeps saying it's an agenda to feminize men and it's an agenda to make women masculine. It's not an agenda. It's just, put it like this, nobody's stopping you. Back in the day, you would get in trouble for doing stuff like that, you know. But now it's like, we ain't gonna stop you. Knock yourself out. And it's up to a man or a woman to choose, I think I want to do this. I think I want them little pants. I think I want them little pants with sprinkles on them. Put sprinkles on them boys. I want to prove to everybody that I can wear pink, but I'm still hard as hell. Yeah. Nobody forced him to pick them little pants with them sprinkles on them. Nobody. Nobody. That's not part of the agenda. Yeah, people, right. People want attention. People want attention so bad they'll do anything and look any kind of way for it. They don't, like they say in Hollywood, all attention is good attention, right? All publicity is good publicity, no matter what. We've taken that and we've ran with it because that's kind of what it is. Anything that'll have you looking crazier than the next dude, I'm rocking that. I'm doing that. And people gonna look at me and say, look at that lunatic. That's what response we want. We don't care. We don't care what it is. Long as somebody is looking at us. And that got a lot to do with our attention. We need attention. And we don't get it from our brothers and sisters because we always tearing each other down. And part of that, making yourself look like a lunatic freak, is because, and your brothers and sisters ain't gonna tell you you look crazy because that's part of the tearing you down thing. That's like letting your big friend go on out to the party with that little shirt. You know she can't fit this shirt. You know she can't fit these pants, but you let her go anyway. That's part of tearing her down. If you ain't that real friend and say, you know, girl, nah, don't, at least, you know, put like a shawl on all of that first. You want to cover up, be a little bit more, you know, discreet. I know it'd be hard to find words when you're trying to be your friend. Be a little bit more, you know, girl, put on a little bit more mystery so they don't just know what kind of groceries you selling all right off the bat. Just, you know, y'all come up with some classy stuff. Like, how you think this little girl? Ooh, I got something perfect to go with that. Hold on. And you come back with a whole bathrobe. What is this? Oh, this that new thing from Milan. Put this on. Just tie the belt. I'm going to tie it cute for you. Ain't this your bathrobe that you stole from the travel lodge? Girl, that's neither here nor there. Just put this on. I'm going to put some sprinkles on it. There you go. Everybody going to be trying to copy your style. But if you got one of them friends that ain't telling you to cut it out, man, you need new friends. I told my nephew, man, don't come over in them little pants, man. Don't come over in them, man. What's up, Unc? For real, man, don't come over to the house, man, with them little pants on, man. I can count your change, man. Don't come over here like that. Unc, you be tripping. I know, but don't come over here with them. And if everybody on my doorstep, family, friend, or foe, you come to my doorstep, pull them pants up. I don't want to see nobody draws. None. I don't want to see nobody draws. I don't want to see nobody twig and berries. I don't want to see nobody's change. Man, put your stuff away. Don't come in here like that. Nobody. My daughter, she had this one boyfriend. She told him, don't come over there. And I told her, don't be picking people who want to have their clothes half on, half off. If he already making poor wardrobe decisions, imagine his finances. Imagine y'all future finances. If he already making poor public wardrobe choices. Yeah. You people tell you a lot of stuff right out the gate. You don't think it's important to pull your pants up over my daddy house? We need to have a talk then. Cause I'm not with it. Yeah, right. The finances and his credit score is just like his pants, half-assed. I don't be with my baby like that, man. Yes, it's plenty of other women don't mind that, man. Leave my baby alone. Leave my baby alone. She got her daddy. She don't need you. If that's how y'all don't bring my baby into that mess. Not into that world. Yeah. So, and right, right. And you know something? Thank you, Stanley. We just chopping it up. Once you get used to doing something, man, you get used to it. I can remember when seatbelts wasn't legal. You didn't have to have a seatbelt on. I can remember when you didn't have to have car insurance. It was a good idea, but it wasn't the law. But once it became the law to have auto insurance and it became the law to wear your seatbelt, you hated wearing a seatbelt for maybe the first 6 months. And after that, now you don't even know you got it on. Once you start doing the right thing that'll save you and push you forward in life and society, it becomes the norm. Pulling your pants up is just as easy as click it or tick it. Just pull your pants up. And then you know what get me about them little pants is the girl will bring her man over her friend house. And then the dude end up cheating with the friend. And the girl say, how could y'all do this to me? You was my friend. You was my man. How could you do this to me? Oh, boy, I'm about to cry or something. And when you introduced your man to your friend, you introduced your man, had his butt hanging out already, and his pants were so little and tight that she could see his junk. She done already sized him up and said, oh yeah, that's for me. You brought them groceries over here for me. I'm gonna put them up in the cabinet for you. I'm gonna set them up in the cabinet so they don't spoil. You unknowingly brought your half-naked man over your best friend's house and spun him around and said, girl, look what I got. And you wonder why this happened? No. You got, man, we about to go over Cindy's house. Put on some bigger, no, take them jogging pants off. Take them off. If you gonna wear them jogging pants, put your biker shorts under them to kind of keep stuff together. No, if you gonna wear them jogging pants, look. You stay here. I'm going over Cindy's. I'll be gone for about an hour. You stay to the house. And dudes be bringing girls over with them little hot pants and stuff on. Like, yeah, this my girl. Oh, for real? Yeah, this my homie Ray. Ray, hey, this my girl Brittany. Say hi, Brittany. Hi. Hey. How long y'all been together? Oh, for real? It was nice to meet you. What you looking at, huh? Nothing, bruh. You playing or not? You playing or not? You set yourself up for failure. Yeah. Bro, let me stop. We just been chopping it up. We just been chopping it up. No harm, no foul, right? If you say just a friend, right? You already know what's about to pop off. You know what it is already. Ever. Wasn't yours in the beginning. You just came over and you just, when you introduce somebody, when you introduce your significant other to somebody and they half naked, that's not called an introduction anymore. If you brought your girl in and she got on them hot pants and them TikTok pants and her cheeks and stuff is out and her shirt is cut, that's not an introduction. You understand? You did not give your friend a proper introduction to your girlfriend. What you just gave your friend was a menu. Did you hear me? You did not give your friend a proper introduction to your new girlfriend. You gave your homeboy a menu. If she came over with some TikTok pants on and one of them little shirts, okay, on said menu, he's mentally trying to think, how much on that menu can I afford? And if you hungry and thirsty enough, you know how it is when you start counting change to get that cheeseburger. Because you're that hungry and you're that thirsty. You're also willing to say, throw caution to the wind. Also, what am I willing to lose for that burger? Now I ain't got bus fare to get home. F it, I'll walk. But that cheeseburger happening tonight. Right? Meaning, if you say, I'm about to use up my bus fare to get that cheeseburger, that means you don't care about your buddy. Man, forget him. That cheeseburger too juicy, son. You didn't give your friend a proper introduction to your girlfriend. You gave your friend a menu. And he trying to ante up to see how much change he can find in the couch to afford everything on that menu. Because it's going to cost him. Ladies, no different. You bring your half-naked man over there with his little pants down there and his cheeks is hanging out and stuff. He got on jogging pants and look like he stole something from Hershire Farms. Couple cheese balls in the summer sergeant. You took him over your girlfriend's house. You did not give her a proper introduction. You gave her a menu. And she is trying to figure out how much it's going to cost to get something on that menu. All at Hillshire Farms. You know, them wine cheese balls with, and a summer sausage. You could think I'm tripping if you want to, but y'all, it doesn't happen to half of y'all. That's why you laughing. It doesn't happen to half of you. Okay. Okay. You know good and well. He probably been stopped in a couple stores like, oh, come back in here. Come back in here. What's wrong with y'all? Come on. Come on. We saw you stealing. We saw you put it in your pants. Come on in the security office. Oh, y'all thought I stole some. Okay, let's go in here. Matter of fact, all y'all bring out y'all cameras and make this videotape, because number one, I'm going to sue everybody when y'all see what I stole. Bruh, you didn't even try to hide it. You didn't even try to hide it. It's right there. Come in the office. I sure will. But you might want to have her step out. Well, she's security. She stays. Oh, okay. Okay. It's up to y'all. So, we just got to be a little bit more conscious of what we're doing. We don't realize, you know why we do this stuff? We do this because we have lost our worth, man. We have lost our worth. We have lost how much we're worth to one another. Like, people think it's now they gotta, it's a bad thing to keep yourself covered. We have put that in the eyes of some of the most heinous crimes. We think a woman wearing a covering, now they're trying to associate that with some sort of terrorism. Mind you, they're trying to associate a head covering and a long dress with terrorism, but they won't address, I don't know, trying to take over the government with terrorism. That word has not been used yet. Just saying. That word has not been used yet. But it's easy to call somebody in a faith or a religion a terrorist because of their clothing and because of their beliefs. That's not a terrorist. That's a religion. That is a faith. People that like to blow stuff up, tear stuff up, disrupt, dismantle, that's terrorism. That is terrorism. So we have gotten so far and don't know our worth anymore, to the point where we'll just do anything. People coming into the place in pajama pants and pajamas. And if you look at somebody that's wearing pajamas, because you can see everything, you know, it's like them new freezer cases. Remember, you don't got to open the freezer door no more because it's glass now. You just looking through the freezer case. Do I want fish sticks or do I want Salisbury steak? You ain't got to open the door no more because it's all right there in your face. You walking through the doggone grocery store with pajamas on. That's like having that see-through freezer case. I can see everything. I don't even got to open the door no more and get that cold wind on me. I can look. And the first thing somebody say, what the hell are you looking at? Is that a real question? Do you want a real answer, or I'm just asking? Because I tell you. You know, and a little snotty nose baby with that snot wider mustache. He got so much snot coming out his nose. He looked like Dastardly D. Like, with the snot on his lip. Somebody wipe this baby nose. That baby look back at you and stop looking at my mama. Go wipe your nose. Mama, he looking at you. Stop looking at my mama. Have a napkin. Go wipe him up somewhere. I'm sorry, he always do that. I bet he do. Oh, shoot. Just, what do you expect, man? What do you expect? If you come in here dressed like a clown, I'm going to show you my ticket. I'm going, 2, please. You come in here acting like a clown, I'm going to hand you a ticket. 2, please. 2 for the show, please. And then they want to know why. Because we do that type of stuff. When you don't take 5 minutes to put on some clothes. Ain't nobody said you got to do your hair. Ain't nobody said you got to put on no makeup. Ain't nobody said you got to come out here like you about to do Megan Thee Stallion video. You just coming in here to get some bread and some Similac. It only take 5 minutes, even if you put on sweatpants. Just to show that you cared a little bit. And then some of them ladies say, I can't never find no man, because you showing your self-worth soon as you come into that grocery store with pajamas on. Remember I told you the farthest that people can ever think once they get out the ghetto, and once they don't know what to do with that money. They got fame, they got fortune, they got money, and they don't know what to do with it. So they make money phones and stuff. That's the farthest they can think. Or go ball out at the strip club. That's as far as they ever dreamed of. They ain't dreamed no farther than that. When you come into that grocery store in your pajamas and them dirty bear claw house shoes, that shows that you cannot think any farther than the way you're living right now. You can't think of meeting. You want a good man. You want a good man that's going to take care of you and that little baby and take you up out of this. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. So if you really, truly, deeply are looking for that special man that's going to try to take you out of this madhouse or help you, you got to dress for the interview. You got to dress for the orientation. Look, you don't know. That dude might be in the produce section and he hiring. And if you ain't dressed for the interview, he gonna be like next. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say that because that's almost degrading. I'm not gonna say that, so excuse me. I'm gonna say this. Even if you wanted some help, they're not gonna take you seriously. That's what I'm gonna say. They won't take you seriously. You say those men don't exist anymore. Indigo, you're wrong. They do. But you'll never find them in your pajamas. Those men are still out there. I know some. They do have men out there looking for that woman. Let me do a test with you real quick. Let me do a test with you. If you seen a wallet laying on the ground and a loaf of bread laying on the ground, which one would you grab first? Say you seen a dollar bill sticking out the side of it too. Which one? Now we're gonna think criminal minded for a second. Say you in this for some bad stuff, okay? Which one would you grab it? Which one would you grab first? Of course. Now remember, criminal minded. You gonna grab that wallet first. You see the dollar hanging out. You see it. It's money. You don't know how much it is, but it's money in this. Most people will pick up that wallet and leave the loaf of bread. Almost nobody will pick up that loaf of bread. You dig where I'm going with this? If you see that wallet laying on the ground with money hanging out, you're going to grab it because you think this is some sort of positive come up for you. This is going to be something good for you. Okay. Well, which one is you going to keep going to the grocery store dressed like? The wallet or the loaf of bread? Okay. True story. Fellas too. Fellas too. If you come out the house looking like a loaf of bread, only thing gonna want you is the birds, chicken heads. Just saying, you know. It's just a little bit of self-respect. I'm not saying that you have to come out here in $500 shoes and no. I'm saying come out the house to show the world I gave a damn for at least 20 minutes of my day. I brush my teeth, I comb my hair, I iron my clothes, I put them on halfway deep. You understand? And I took a minute and wiped the mud off my shoe. I'm not saying you got to be dressed like you going to the Grammys. I'm talking about if you show a person in this world that you care a little bit, it's things, ways to show other people that you care. If you show them that you care a little bit, that's how they'll treat you. That's how they'll treat you. That's why when you walk up to a man in a nice, crispy, clean suit, you talk to him different. If you see me in a Lead Farmer 73 shirt and a blue t-shirt up under it, you going to talk to me like we talking right here. Now, if you never met either one of us, you going to say, hey, what's up, man? How you doing, dog? That's how you going to come at me. Dressed like this, how I am. But if you never met me and I put my suit and my tie and my gaiters on, you go, how you doing, sir? Good to meet you. It's just in here, it's human. Because I'm showing you right here what I'm about. I'm showing you what I'm about. There is no mystery here about who I am or what I'm trying to accomplish here with my name across my chest. But the man in the suit is a mystery. Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Can he help me financially? Can he help me spiritually? What is this dude about? He's a mystery. So you don't come into a mystery with, what's up, my dog? No, you don't know who this is. This man can change your life or he can make it worse. But you got to find out first, right? Me, I showed you. I probably ain't about to help you do too many different things, but you trying to not like this. I didn't even care. Look, this is a whole nother shirt. Sleeves, everything, whole nother shirt. But this is just for my yard. So, you know, I think if we start to find out who we are and show our own selves respect ourselves, we've lost respect for ourselves. Nobody's going to give you respect if you don't respect your own self. People always want respect. They want power. They want dignity. And they want you to respect them. You don't even respect yourself. You don't even respect yourself. But you demand respect. That way of thinking, we got to stop. We got to just totally just stop that. Just get that out of our vocabulary completely and start new. Respect yourself. Get up. Clean your own house up. Brush your doggone teeth. Ain't nobody around to tell you got to do it. You gotta have some respect and dignity for your own. Don't put your shoes right there. Don't set your shoes down there. Put them over in the hallway. Yeah, put them right there. There you go. Put them in the closet. Let me tell you a quick story. Here I go with another story, right? Remember I told y'all a story about me and my wife. I said I was on hard times and I owned a lot of property and I end up moving my family into a half refurbished drug house because that's all I had left after, they took everything. That's the only thing I owned. It was a ex-crack house, but it was mine. It was in a horrible, horrible, horrible neighborhood, but it was mine. And Game Nerd Mom know exactly where I used to live. She can tell you that neighborhood. It's horrible. But I made my ex-crack house look wonderful on the inside to the best of my ability. Now here's the story. I put good furniture in there. I put good carpet in there. I painted the walls. Everything. Beautiful house. Horrible neighborhood. When you came in the house, if you don't look out the windows, you won't know you ain't in Ottawa Hills. If you don't look out the windows, you think you in Ottawa Hills. If you look out the window, you think you in Hills Have Eyes. Don't look out the windows. That's why my curtains was so thick. Inside that house, my best friend came over one day and he Rick James me. There you go, Game Nerd Mom. You know where I'm at. Austin Street. Austin and LaGrange. Cut it out. Fire. I didn't need no alarm clock. We woke up to gunshot. We went to sleep to gunshot. It was almost like, rah, rah, rah. Oh, it's 11:30. 11:30. Go ahead, call it a day, I guess. Rah. Oh, God, I'm late for work. I'm late for work. How many shots was that? 4. Okay. Whew. I got about 10 more minutes. Oh, I better get up. That's how it was back then. You didn't need no watch. You didn't need no alarm clock. Gunshots. She said, oh, Lord, it sound about right. Exactly, I know. I don't know if things changed, but that's how it used to be. So, my best friend come over. And I had all my new furniture, nice furniture, house clean, everything. He knew this used to be a crack house, He Rick James'd me. This sucker came in here and literally did exactly what Dave Chappelle did as Rick James. Like, nice place you got here. The reason that was so funny to me when I seen Dave Chappelle do that skit is because I'm going to say 10 years prior to me seeing that, my friend really did that to me. It didn't quite end up like that. And on a glass table, though. I had a glass table. Glass in the ghetto? He put his feet up on my glass table. Now, this is supposed to be my best friend. So I could have just let that ride, knowing I do live in a house that used to sell horrible things to people, right? I could just let that slide. Or this may not end up being my friend no more after tonight, because I'm about to cuss this dude out, and if he got something to say about it, I'm gonna have to put some sauce on them ribs, son. I'm gonna have to flavor up them ribs, man. I ain't lying, man. If you don't get your feet off my table, man, I'm telling you, I'm about to season you up. Man, oh, my bad. Yeah, your bad, man. Do I come to your house with that? And I was hoping he would say, well, yeah, but, I ain't in the crack house. No. My self-respect was, I don't give a damn what you think about my neighborhood. I don't give a damn what you think about my house. You putting your feet up on my table lets me know what you think about me. I done been in some rat holes. I done been in people's house, and I'm telling you, the rats live outside and won't come indoors. That's how bad. But you know what? I come in, I sit like this. I don't touch nobody TV remote. Oh, you can use TV, man. I'm good. I don't put my feet up on nobody couch. And this is a pet peeve of mine when people do this shit. Don't do that in my house. Don't do that in my house. I'll kick you out. Family, friend, or foe, I'll kick you out of my house. I don't care if you ain't got no shoes on or nothing. If I didn't say you could sleep right here for the night, don't put your feet on my couch, man. Look, I don't want to be smelling your Doritos when they done left you like. What's that? I'm tripping. This mug done. That's what I'm talking about. It's disrespectful. It's always been disrespectful to me, and I know it's the common, it's the norm, and people do it. That don't mean nothing. You do that in your house. People get in your car and put their feet up on the dashboard. Get your feet up. Are you smoking rocks? If you don't get your feet off my dashboard, my windshield, people kick their feet all out the door window. As you foaming at the mouth, man, put your feet down. Who raised you? You must be smoking rocks. We gotta know when, even if you gonna get into an argument with people. You gonna get into it. But man, you always acting like your stuff all that. Yeah, I ain't, man. You always acting like my stuff ain't jack. You gotta start respecting yourself enough to tell your friends, family, man, don't do that. Don't come over here at a certain time. Don't come over here after 9 o'clock unless somebody bleeding. You need some help. Don't come over here too early. Don't come over here intoxicated. Don't come over here high. This is a real rule at my house. If you want to smoke, you go out to the island where all them animal noises be. Go all the way out there. I don't want to smell that. I don't want to smell it. Go all the way out. If you can hear stuff splashing in the water, you're far enough out there. Don't smoke on my porch. Don't smoke or drink in the front of my house. None of that. Don't do nothing in the front. Go all out to the island. Once you start laying down rules of respect, don't bring no strangers to my house. Don't bring no strangers to my house. If I have not met them out in the street in neutral zone, don't bring them to my house. Dada, my daughter was notorious. Don't bring that boy back to my house. You don't like him? Nope. And the reason I don't like him, because I don't know him. Right off the bat, you brought him to my fortress. Nope. You wouldn't even let him in the house. Now he'll never come in now. You sealed his fate. You know the rules. No plus ones until I know what's going on. No. These same friends or weirdos that your friends bring over, you don't know they might be casing the joint. Nah, maybe it's because of where I'm from. Is it me? Is it me? Am I too paranoid? It's just me. I don't let people just wander up in my house, man. Don't bring your friend to my house if I ain't met him out there in the neutral zone. Meet me at Walmart. Oh yeah, this Jake, man. What's up, Jake? How you doing, man? I tell you. You know how we do. I tell you. Yeah, you better tell me more about Jake. Where he from? Who he hang with? Who he roll with? You better tell me everything about this dude for at least 6 months before I ever let him to my house. That goes for anybody plus ones too. Girlfriends, boyfriend, don't bring them to my house. I didn't meet my son's wife for about a year. I don't know her. She might be trying to set me up for some allegations. No. I talk to her on the phone. To this day, me and my daughter-in-law, we talk about that and laugh. Yeah, no, she know how I am now. Don't bring her here. Nobody, man. So we got to have respect for ourselves. And once you have respect and rules for yourself, man, everything else will fall in line. People will start to say, yeah, you know, my sisters to this day, they have a male friend. Be like, can't bring him over his house though. So what we gonna do for the holiday then? We all supposed to be getting together. Well, you know that's out of the question. We can't go to Easley Island with that. So we go, I don't know, meet at the park at some. They already discusses. Don't bring your new man to me. Don't bring him to me. You want me to meet your man? This is for my sisters too. Now I gotta protect them too. Meet me at the park. Let's meet at the park or something. Don't want to be me. What's up, man? How you doing? See, this why I didn't want to. This why I didn't want him over. See, I don't even like the way he did that. How you doing, man? So, because people so horrible, man. And then you know, this how I always look at it. They get into it, right? They fall out, and then they leave. They ain't a couple no more. Next thing you know, hey, look, I know where it's a dude with some money. He got a Jeep. He got this. I'm telling you, we can meet up over, man. This old chick broad I used to fumble with. Yeah. You trying to hit a lick? You don't know what's on people's agenda. Never. Never. So until you start respecting yourself and showing the world this is where you stand, and I mean that in a relationship sense too, man, no. You can't come over my house at a certain time of night. Don't call me at a certain time of night. Don't be doing that. That shows you don't give a crap about me. That's telling me, look, when somebody, now mind you, if it ain't emergency, they ain't leaking, they ain't bleeding, they ain't needing no ride to the hospital. If somebody call you in the middle of the night, they just told you one thing. You know what the first thing is. But the second thing they just told you is, I don't give a damn what you doing. I'm trying to tell you what I want. They telling you right out the gate, I don't give a damn about what you doing. You might be relaxing. You might be meditating. You might be down and praying to Lord. Forget what you doing. You might be taking a bubble bath and doing some Zen or something. F that. Send me a picture of what you wearing right now. You just, nah. That's disrespectful in every sense of the word, man. Now, if y'all into that, don't be expecting no respect later. You know? Don't be asking like no respectful questions. But if you don't start laying down some ground rules of how you conduct yourself, if you start laying down some major ground rules right off the bat, this go for ladies and men. If you start laying down ground rules of how you conduct your business, you gonna find out real quick, and you ain't gonna waste no time. No, shouldn't even be calling to get the voicemail, cause that's a strike against you. You lay down ground rules, and you will see somebody. What you mean? It's just 10 o'clock. You want me calling 10? You just found out what mess you was about to get into. Can you come pick me up from my uncle's house? Who is this? This Sabrina boy. You ain't gonna come pick me up from my. Do you know I'm at work? What time you get off? Oh no, you ain't gonna. No, you what's that? No, you really gonna leave me out here? Yeah, you calling me, and I told you don't be calling me. Man, look, hey, I gotta go. Okay, I'll talk to you after I get off. She telling you, man, F your job. I don't care if you get in trouble. I don't care if you lose your job. Come pick me up because you had some kind of altercation at your uncle's house. No, no. If you tell her, don't call me while I'm at work unless I can explain this to my supervisor with a medical excuse, then I'm down. If you can't give me paperwork to get medical and excuse paperwork to get me out of here for the day, don't call me. Don't call with that. You're going to get me in some trouble. I got some explaining to do because you lay down some ground rules, man. Shake them people up out of your life. You got to shake them people out of your life. All the people that don't give a damn about what you think. Like what you think don't count. How you feel don't count. Get rid of all of them. Forever. Forever. I lost a lot of good friends because when it come down to, look, man, I care about how you feel. I care about what you think. I care about your ideas, but you don't care about mine. And you just, when I'm trying to talk, you overtalk me. Stuff like that. Oh, man. Oh, this is a two-way street. You will be surprised if you give respect. If you reciprocate the same amount of respect, you will have a wonderful relationship. Whether it's spiritual, it's physical, marital, whatever. When you reciprocate that kind of respect, even just with people, you get it back, man. You get it back. So I'm talking y'all ear off, and I'm sorry about that. But this channel is for grown folks. If y'all kids came over here, I know y'all kids like to watch me sometime on my other channel. Your kids might not want to be on this channel unless I say, like, y'all might want to get y'all kids in here. Because we're going to talk about some stuff, man, that we all as a people need to straighten out. I'm serious. We all be too scared to talk about some of this stuff. And it's right in our face. It's right in our face. And we be too scared to talk about it. You like her. So, and to my friend Indigo, that's okay, my friend. You never have to worry about it again, okay? Good night. So, that's what I was just talking about. And see, I was just talking about the disrespect. You like my gardening, but this is some BS. Reality. I don't even have to ask you guys this. Nothing I told you tonight was a lie. I don't even have to ask you, was anything in here not grown folk talk? If all you want to do is see me garden, number one, that's sad. Because this ain't a gardening channel. I told y'all this. We ain't going to be talking about no gardening. We're going to be talking about how to fix our lives. You want to talk about gardening, go to HGTV, because that's all you'll see. Just go get what you want to get. Go buy a home and garden book. This right here, this is what my people need. If you don't think you need it, you know, you're free to go do whatever you want to do. But right here on this channel, I started this channel for exactly what we doing tonight. Grown folks is talking to grown folks. Period. Your children should be asleep. And if you in here and you snuck in here, you should be asleep. If you didn't get any information from what we was all talking about and in the comment section and what I was trying to talk about tonight, if you didn't get anything from that, I feel sorry for you because I ain't spit nothing but pure facts and truth. And you can go research any and everything I just told you tonight. So, my advice to you guys when it comes to people like that, did you see what I just told you about your respect? That's exactly what I'm talking about. See, to me, what it is to me is I lose a subscriber, I lose a viewer, I lose monetization every time I send somebody to the cornfield. You gotta know your worth. Is it worth keeping that extra person viewing you or watching you that's disrespectful, dishonorable, rude, childish? Is it worth keeping that one person so you can make an extra 75 cents in your monetization? And you want that type of person in your life to keep disrupting all of the goodness that could happen here? That's that excavator. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I promise you. My wife told me, she said, you could probably have 500,000 subscribers by now. I probably could. I'm pretty sure I could. You want to know why I don't? It's because I send so many people away. All that disrespectful talk. I'm not talking about on this channel. On my other one. I don't tolerate that disrespectful stuff. I don't tolerate it. And if I just wanted money, I'll let everybody stay. The trolls and everybody else. Because every view is a good view. No matter how you look at it. But I won't do it. I won't become that dude, man. I just won't do it. If you seen how many people I got in that little you can't come back here box, you'll see. I'm not joking. I could just keep scrolling it like this. Cause once you gone, you gone. It's not fair. It's not fair to everyone else. Coming here with that nonsense, and I know that's some people's job to do that. But for the most part, I would even give people a little bit more respect if I could come over to your channel and give you my opinion of what you're saying. But most of those people don't. That's an instant you gotta go. It's not fair to me, and it's not fair to all of the people in the Greenhouse Lounge. It's not fair. So, I wish him to the cornfield. So, thank you everybody for coming over here to LBX 73. I know this was a wild card, but I said, you know what? I do need to come over here and just moisten the napkin a little bit and let's get started on the right foot. I know tonight was a little all over the place, but we got to start somewhere. And I really want to talk about adult situations. This ain't the place where we're gonna be talking about this might pinch a few people in the boo-boo a little bit. Some of these conversations we're gonna have on this channel. We're gonna be talking about things that need to be talked about. That's what we're gonna be doing. Okay? So I hope everybody have a wonderful night. I had a nice night spending it with you guys. I appreciate you for stopping by. Thanks. And I promise you, some of those comments was awesome. I'm going to go back and read them. I know this video is like 5,000 hours long. I'm going to go back and read some of them because y'all was saying some dope stuff. Y'all should go in there and look at the comments. Look at what everybody was saying in that live stream. It's some rich, man, Dan Permaculture Food Forest, thank you, my brother. Thank you. I can't believe you still here, bro. But thank you, man. Thank you for hanging out with me, man. This is gonna be, we're gonna be talking about how to put our families back together. We're gonna be talking about our respect. We're gonna be talking about our worth. We're gonna be talking about our origins. We're gonna be talking about how do we connect and fix broken relationships amongst us and other people. Man, we're gonna be talking about reality. And everybody ain't in the mood to talk about reality. And I get it. But that's what we're gonna be doing on this channel. All right? Everybody have a wonderful night. All right? Dan, Permaculture Food Forward, Brit Mai, thank you. Thank you so much for coming by, y'all. All right? Some of the stuff we said tonight, think about it. Start digging up your history. Like we did in grade school and in high school, start making you a family tree. I'm going to make a family tree board. I'm going to start. All right? Everybody have a wonderful night. Lev Farmer 73, I love y'all, and I'm out.